Welcome back to Healthy Planet, Healthy Me. We are now joined with Dr. Masaru Emoto, water missionary from Japan and graduate of the Yokohama Municipal University's Department of Humanities and Sciences. He is author of the best-selling books Messages from Water, The Hidden Messages in Water, and The True Power of Water. Dr. Emoto is a longtime advocate for peace in relation to water. He has gained worldwide acclaim through his groundbreaking research and discovery that water is deeply connected to our individual and collective consciousness. We have also the great honor of his translator here today, Ron Kato. Thank you. And also from Russia, we have Professor Konstantin Korotkov. He is a physics professor at St. Petersburg State Technical University. He's the author of 4 books, including Light After Life, Experiments and Ideas on After-Death Changes. And he's written over 70 articles in leading journals on physics and biology. He holds 12 patents on biophysics inventions. Welcome to Healthy Planet, Healthy Me, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Okay. Why did you begin your research on water and those aspects of it that most human beings never even considered existed?
There
was an incident in my childhood where I almost drowned, and I went crying home to my mother. And my mother was a very understanding person and probably knew about the qualities that were in the water. So she told me, well, you shouldn't be afraid at those times. You should communicate your feelings to the water. The water will be able to understand. And so these things that she had mentioned to me as a child probably stayed with me.
That's amazing. Now, in the film Water, there's an actual example that you can see where I don't know if it was Dr. Emoto's experiment, but there were 3 beakers of water with rice in them, correct?
Yes.
And what happened, what you saw after this 3-month period, which you can see in the film, is the first beaker to the left, which was given the intention, thank you, was beautiful.
Still had the rice structure.
And it was beautiful. The second one, which was given the emotion,
You full?
started looking very black, and it was breaking down. I don't know if it was getting moldy, but it looked ugly to the eye. And then the third beaker, the one to the farthest right,
which was ignored,
and tell us what that ended up looking like.
It almost deteriorated to almost a liquid, like a soup. It had no original texture of the rice.
Okay, so what we're talking about is that, are we saying, Dr. Emoto, are you saying that water has a memory, that water has a conscious? What are you determining in your scientific research?
What I believe is that water can differentiate between a harmonious vibration and a non-harmonious vibration. And as it does that, that result manifests in the design of the crystal being beautiful or not. And so the same principle applies to rice. And we saw that visually with this experiment, how if you direct either bad words or just even bad thoughts to rice, that since it is a non-harmonious vibration, it starts to break it down faster.
Dr. Emoto, if I took a glass of water out of my tap and I put my hands around the water and said, thank you, I appreciate you, how quickly can the structure of the water change? Do I have to do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
So it all depends on the purity of your intention, the purity of your emotion at that moment. It could be instantaneous.
How could someone, say, adjust if they were feeling depressed, or if they were feeling angry, or if they were feeling some of those negative emotions and they wanted to make a shift?
If you're depressed or down and you want to make that shift, well, remember that the vibration that water most likes is that of love and gratitude. Naturally, if you are that person that's in a deep depression, you won't be able to do that probably. So the people closest to you from your family, your mother, your father, your siblings, good friends, they can start sending that vibration of love and gratitude to that person.
Hi, arigato. And now we will hear from Professor Konstantin Korotkov. He's from Russia and a professor of physics at the St. Petersburg State Technical University. So welcome, Konstantin Korotkov.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, was a recent experiment that was done in Russia, and it encapsulates all of your studies and what we're talking about here. And can you please tell us about your ceremony and your experiment at the Lake Baikal?
Baikal. Yes, it was a very interesting experience. It was ceremony done by Dr. Emoto at the Lake Baikal, and I should tell that Lake Baikal it's a holy place for all Russia. Because first of all, it's the most deep fresh water lake in the world. It is more than a mile and a half deep. You can imagine.
I can't imagine.
There are a very special rock, so named Shaman Rock, because local people, they've been coming to this rock for ceremonies for thousands and thousands of years. So it wasn't at random that this rock, this particular place, was selected for ceremony.
And people came from all over the world to meet at this time, at this point, and you had pouring down rain.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So you can imagine how devastating it was. Then I asked Saida Medvedev, who is producer, Saida, please do something. You should do something. And she started praying. She put her prayer to the God. Oh God, please help us. We came here to this place from all over the world. We spent so big money. We spent so big time to preparing this. And this just this particular day. So we need several hours to film everything and to make the ceremony. And you can imagine. It was raining, it was pouring rain. But then after this, slowly it stopped. And then after some time, all clouds was gone. And we see sun just at this particular place. Because on the other side of the lake, it is raining. It's big clouds, huge clouds, it's raining. And all the time, while we did this preparation, while we did filming, while Dr. Emoto did his ceremony, it was beautiful weather. So it was very interesting to see that all moments of ceremony was reflected in the energy of air. So it means that emotions, feelings, when they are honest, when they are strong, really physically influence environment.
Okay, and what you saw, the proof was about the clouds clearing right where you were, the double rainbow that came through. Did you also do tests structurally on the water itself before and after?
Absolutely.
What were your
We've been
findings?
measuring water before and after with our instrument. It's electrophotonics, so we're measuring photons coming from the water. And we found that we really had increase of photon activity after this ceremony in water.
Thank you so much. I'd like to really special thanks to Saida Medeva, the producer. I want to mention her name, and the distributors, Betsy Chassie and David Sarita. Our guests today were Sandy Fox, Lex Lang, Dr. Emoto, Professor Korotkov, and Ron Kato. I'm Sherry Beal. You're tuned to Healthy Planet, Healthy Me. We'll see you next week. And in the meantime, let's create together a healthy planet, healthy me.